Welcome to the Millionaires mini-series with your hosts Stephanie Keith and Stacey Failing, here to set you up with the most luxurious version of yourself. This podcast is filled with wealthy women vibes and a sneak peek into the millionaire's lifestyle. Whether you're inner millionaire's dreams of taking private jets to deserted islands or you prefer the lighter side of luxury, we have an opportunity for you that is priceless.
Come join us as we share with you all of our juicy money secrets, mindset hacks, and so much more. Money may not buy happiness, but it can provide you with an abundant life beyond your wildest dreams. So turn up the volume, adjust your crown, and get ready to embrace your inner millionaire-ass. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the show. We're so excited to be here as we are just planning for the rest of the year. Steph and I have this 2-day boot camp because our kiddos are back in school now. And we just had this awesome jam session with our office hours that we do every single week to just kind of plan for what's coming. And we're really excited about this boot camp that we put together for you. So if you're a mom and you're just feeling kind of all over the place from the summer and you're ready to do the thing for the rest of the year, you definitely want to hop in there with us because we are going to do a really good mix of energetic work to get you tapped into that high vibe space so that you can be really mentally prepared for the tactical things of like walking you through goal setting, getting you really clear on your plan and scheduling for the next quarter, the last quarter of 2023. And we're right there with you because, like I said, we were just jamming this out together and talking about what the end of the year is going to look like for us. And so we want to be in this with you, doing the thing, and we want to set you up for success because we know we have been scattered this last summer and we are ready to get back to it and start making that money. So if you want to join us, the dates are in the show notes. It's September 7th and 8th. All the details are in there. So make sure to come and check it out. Invite a friend, share it, and let's just have a mom party. We're really excited. Today, we want to talk about something that we've both been really opening up to. We've done this before, but sometimes it's really good to work backwards before we move forwards. And I think that's what I needed to do as the summer was coming to a close. And sometimes I just forget. I practice gratitude every day, but sometimes I forget the power behind really purposely pouring into gratitude and just allowing yourself to release that attachment to the outcome and just allowing the universe to step in. And so the last month I've really been in my gratitude and just journaling it out, reading books and doing the things. And I found so much abundance has just been flowing to me because of that. And so as we gear up for the end of the year, I just wanted to talk with Steph and have this conversation about gratitude and how powerful it is and how sometimes we just let it slip and then we forget and then we get into this funk. And as soon as you start to practice it again, it's amazing how quickly things start to come. Steph, what have you been doing this lately? And have you noticed that when you step away from that, even just a little bit, the shift in your energy and the shift in things that are coming to you?
Oh, yeah. So when you look at the scale of emotions, gratitude, appreciation is the top. It's the most high vibrational thing you can possibly do. So that's why I always suggest it. Like if you're feeling like you're off track or things aren't going well, the best way to raise your vibration is to just start giving gratitude. And I get a lot of people that are like, well, how can I give gratitude when things are going so poorly, when I'm miserable in my job or, things aren't good in my marriage or I have these family issues. And I completely get that because we all go through that stuff. I know for me, when I started with gratitude was when I was in a really, really stressful, anxious place with my job in particular, which I know I've talked about a lot on this podcast. And I just thought, all right, I've got to find something in this situation to be grateful for. And so I started to just be grateful that, you know what, I'm getting a paycheck every 2 weeks. And I'm so grateful for that. And I'm able to buy groceries for my family. And I'm so grateful for that. And I am able to take some of this money and put it towards my business. And I'm so grateful for that. And I would just find like anything, any little thing in that situation that I could be grateful for. when I'm fighting with my spouse and things are so negative, I will literally write out, like, I'm so grateful that our relationship is improved and we're super close and we're getting along and we're having fun. And I swear, like, I write that stuff out and it happens. It's like setting an intention and giving gratitude for the thing that you want, while also giving gratitude for all of the things that you've been given. I mean, just look around at your life and how many things have worked out in your favor. And the more gratitude you can give for that, the more those types of things will keep showing up in your reality.
Yeah. And something that I take for granted and I forget is so helpful is just getting outside and taking a walk. A few weeks ago, I was just walking around and I'm like, this is so, like, just soaking it in and just being in my own thoughts and really allowing myself to just be grateful for what is beneath my feet. We've talked about grounding and how that can really help in so many other ways, but really just immersing yourself in what we've been given, the simplicity, I think, is what does it for me. And just like look at everything that I have the joy and experience to be surrounded by. And sometimes just breaking it into those simple things, we take for granted so much. Like you said, being able to buy groceries is something not everybody has the luxury of doing. Being able to just go for a walk is something that a lot of people take for granted. And your ability to have the feet beneath you to walk. And so I sometimes the more simple that you can get, the more the ideas come of the things that you can be grateful for in the moments when you're feeling like you don't have anything to be grateful for, when you feel like the world is crashing down around you and you're really just in this place of desperation. It's so hard not to fight against that, because I've been there when I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to, pay for X, Y, and Z next month, or you see your savings account dwindle or something like that. And you can't help sometimes but feel that pressure. And I can't explain to you how helpful it's been to just be grateful. And it's helped me to let go of that pressure a little bit, when I can just look and make a list of all the things that I do have to be grateful for. It takes that burden away from that. It doesn't make it go away, but in doing that, the energy shifts so much, stuff that I've been able to, it works out every single time. When I have that thought of like, I don't know how this is going to happen, or, I'm stressed out about this thing, when I just release it and I step back into that space of gratitude and just being grateful for the things I do have, that opens up. Have you had
Yeah.
that same experience?
Yeah, definitely. I've made it a routine every morning to write out what I'm grateful for. And what it does is it's training your subconscious to constantly look for things to be grateful for. So even if it feels a little forced in the beginning, it really does shift quickly and you start noticing things to feel good about, to be grateful for. And that's why, like, you do this practice and you just feel better. It boosts your mood. And you had mentioned going outside, and that is something I hands down swear by. Um, Nature is designed to boost our mood. Like, we literally release feel good hormones when we're out in nature, even if it is just in your neighborhood going for a walk. And so all summer long, I really hadn't been doing that because it's so humid here in Florida. It's like walking in soup, it's just so unbearable. So I hadn't been doing it. And the other day, I'm like, you know what? I just need to get outside for a little bit. And I went for a walk, and all day my husband was like, you need to do these walks every morning because you are in like such a good mood and you're like a different person when you go for a walk. And I do this thing when I'm walking where I call it like a gratitude rampage. And I just start looking at everything and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for like this beautiful tree. I'm so grateful the weather's great today. I'm so grateful the sun is shining. And I just do this like gratitude rampage. And it almost instantly makes me feel like euphoric almost. It's like an instant switch that flips in the way I feel, the way I think. And always by the time I'm done with my walk, I will have one of those like light bulb ideas and just kind of know what I need to do next. So, hands down, outside of nature, combine that with gratitude, it's a miracle.
Yeah. Another thing that has been helping me too is at the end of the day, because I am notorious for waking up or not being able to fall asleep because I have all those things, that the pressing things that I am stressed about that I shouldn't be going through my head. One thing that has helped me, and I've noticed such a shift, like I don't wake up as much in such a panic, like, oh my gosh, I have this heavy weight on my chest, is going through the day and picking out the best thing, the one thing that was like the highlight of your day. And I know you know what I'm talking about, Steph, because we've both read the book, but I've come back to doing that. And when you do that, you can't help but go through all the good things that happen throughout the day to pick out that one favorite thing on your list. And so just by doing that, it puts your mind in that gratitude mindset, because you are thinking about all the positive things right before you go to bed instead of ruminating about all the stressful things that you have to do tomorrow or the things that are weighing on you. And I tell you what, that's made a huge difference in what has been going on in my life in this moment.
Yeah, and that's something you could even do with your kids. Like, and they think it's fun. It's like, all right, let's think about the best part of the day. And what do you hope will happen tomorrow that'll be really fun? And like you said, when you do that right before you fall asleep, I think you sleep deeper, but you're also training your subconscious that's hard at work while you're sleeping to pick out the positive things and focus on the positive things. And I find that I wake up feeling so refreshed when I go to sleep with like good thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Same here. Any other like little secrets or nuggets that you have that are helpful for when you're feeling like just so overwhelmed with everything and it's so easy to slip back into that? But like, do you have any other tricks that work for you?
Um, well, I mean, I usually will listen to subliminals like while I do my gratitude practice. I think that's a great thing too to kind of like train your subconscious. But then something else I started doing this year, and I think we might have talked about it, but I'm not sure, is my manifestation jar, where like
Yeah.
anytime, even if it's something like a free cup of coffee, I will write it down on my hot pink post-it note and put it
Mhm.
in that jar. And it is fun. Like sometimes I'll just walk by the jar and like randomly pick one of the post-it notes and read it and think about like how good that felt when that thing manifested. So it's like giving gratitude for it again. So that's something fun that I do. And again, like it's something you can have your kids do, and it's teaching them to make gratitude just a daily practice, but in a fun way. So I love incorporating like different things like that.
Yeah. And also the same similar idea is like a gratitude box where
Yeah.
you just write down the things that you're grateful for. If you're doing it every day, you can turn it into this collection of all the things. So then when you're having one of those moments, you can open up your box and just see how abundant your life really is. Sometimes, I'm a visual person. So if I see all those hot pink post-it notes, I'm like, okay, wow, like there is so much to be grateful for. And I just needed to put myself in check and remind myself that life isn't as bad as what we make it sometimes, and that there really is a way to find one thing at least to be grateful for every single day. And it's just made such a difference that I want to speak on it. I want to share this because it's something that you can do at any time. It's super easy. And there are many different ways that you can incorporate this into your life. And it really is a game changer. And the more you do it, the more of these practices that you can combine, you're just going to see it shift your mindset and the way that you feel and look at things. Like my perspective has changed a lot since I've been doing these gratitude practices, and I just feel really content. When life happens, I just come to this peace and knowing that I can just surrender, that I have everything in my toolbox that I need to get through this, because like I said, it always seems to work out one way or another. And so what do you have to lose? I know you say that all the time, Steph, is like, what do you have to lose?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure there's people listening that are like, oh, yeah, gratitude. We hear that all the time. But really, like, do not dismiss it or judge it until you try it. And for me, what really helped make it a habit and teach me like all of these different methods for doing it was the book The Magic, like you talked about, Stacey. So it's like, if you really want that step-by-step guidance, if that's something that would be helpful, read that book. It's 21 days or 28 days, I forget, but
28.
28. Yeah. So every single day, it will give you practices that will really instill just this way of being and constantly looking for things to be grateful for. And it's a game changer. It really is.
Yeah, I've read it. This was the second time that I read it because, like I said, I just got out of that habit. And then when I started implementing it again, I was like, I forgot how powerful this stuff is. So for sure, awesome, really easy read too. I mean, it's a couple pages a day, a couple of journal exercises and things like that. And yeah, it's just, you have to try it if you haven't. Like I said, you have nothing to lose. And if you really want to get into that high vibe space with us and you want to really connect and get rid of some of those icky limiting beliefs and maybe some stress that you're feeling as the year is coming, oh my gosh, we're getting closer to the holidays and things like that, come join us. We're going to give you that mindset shift, but we're also going to give you some tactical things that you can work through to really plan out the rest of the year so that you end 2023 on such a high note. So all the details are in the show notes, and hopefully you pick up the magic and you start working on your gratitude practices. And we wish you the best, and we will see you back here next time.